Hey, Tony Gas is here. Now, I had too many requests for people asking about this, and I talked about it in another video, but I guess because I didn't put the names in the title, people didn't realize it. So, want to address it here just to kind of explain it a little bit. What you have to realize is today, what we have is what I call porn babies. And that's in every sense of the word. What I mean by that is a lot of people have been watching porn since they was real young. A lot of people today, kids today, was created from porn. Their parents were watching it when they conceived them. And so it's very permeating today. So what you have with a situation when you have this type of dynamic with like a Jalen Green and a Draya Michele, it's a thing of it's like it's another version of an Oedipus complex. It's more of a situation where a man has fantasized so long and so hard over this particular woman. And the fantasy becomes so strong that when the fantasy can be a reality, then nothing else matters. I know men who have spent $1 million or close to it on women like Draya Michele because of the fantasy. Now, what you have to realize is these women that's being fantasized about, these women still have UTIs, that's urinary tract infections. They still have yeast infections. They still have ingrown hairs. They still have morning breath. And so what happened is a lot of men don't understand that what you see online is a portrait. It's something that's being sold to you. But that doesn't mean that the reality will match your fantasy. And I have coached some celebrity women who continue to have trouble in relationships. And what I surmised is that their reality did not match the man's fantasy. Because you get with these women and you'll kind of do anything to experience them. And so in doing anything to experience them, you doing it unprotected, you doing it spontaneous, you doing it on a whim. And then you also will overcompensate because you want to show the woman that you're different. You want to show the woman that you're serious. And also it's a it's a mommy complex. A lot of men who have not fully matured, they, how would I say it? They're looking for a mom that they can have sex with. And yes, that sound nasty, but that's what it is. Because see, an older woman, especially a woman more than 10 years, 15 years older than a man, when an older woman do like this here to the back of that man's head and rub down that neck, it's gonna send chills down his spine. And a young woman just don't have that touch. A young woman ain't gonna have that same touch. A young woman ain't gonna have that same power. She ain't gonna have that same that same spirit on her. Because see, that older woman, she done tangled with spirit. She done warred with spirit. She done danced and wined and dined with spirit. She done dropped spirits off. She done picked spirits up. She understand the art of seduction. She's had so much experience that she know what drive a man crazy. So she was with this man and she went and dove down on that gooch and he went crazy. Some men like that. To me, it's nasty. This man, she went and put a bead up him and he went crazy. This man, she was on his ear. This man on his neck. This man did this. So she got so much experience that these older women know what to do with these younger puppies, these young lads with this money in the bank. They also know that these young men is dumb, meaning in the literal sense, uneducated, that they don't know how to spend money. They don't know how to save money. They don't know how to invest money. And then if they see them a young dummy who also is a little expressively fruititious, meaning fruity, meaning he paint his nails or he do different things, it let her know that he wild. It let her know that he rambunctious, not rambunctious. It let her know that he get frisky. He get a little nasty. He get a little dirty. It let her know that he is a porn baby. So she know he want an exploration, a escapade, a exploration. He want to take the videos that have raised him since college or since the age of 12, 15, and he want to bring it to life with him, a woman that he think that he is attracted to. And now it's certain women who they have everything physically. And so Draya Michele is one of those women who is kind of got them genetics to where she probably was a late bloomer. And that's what some women, they get so down on themselves because they breast may be a lowercase a cup and they booty may be way smaller than they want it to be and look. And so they'll go get an implant or they'll go get a booty job. And what they might not realize is that as they get older and they have children, them thighs and the booty gonna start to fill out to a point of perfection. And so in the eyes of a man, to where the woman still could be seen as, fit or petite or what have you. But when you look at somebody like a Draya Michele, although she may work out, you can also tell it's mostly genetics. And so some people are just genetically gifted to where they could get anybody they want just because of how they shaped. And then they look, if your look falls inside of the programming. So not everybody has the opportunity if their subject that they dealing with has not been programmed. So if the subject has been programmed that this facial structure, these facial features, and this body type is A plus, the way to go. This is the definition of sexy. This is the definition of beauty. Then it makes it easier for the older woman to secure this here man and this here money. And these young men, they want to impress. They want to show. They want to impress. So they'll book a jet. They'll book a jet, fly from their city to the next hot city, have a black car pull up, pick them up in the Rolls Royce Cullinan, take them to 5-star hotel, get scooped up again, go to the #1 restaurant in the city, get a private back room, get the Cullinan back from the restaurant to the 5-star hotel, have a stylist come bring some clothes over to shop from, or get the Cullinan, take it to the mall, might even get a store closed down or open after hours to do a 50K, 30K, 100K shopping spree. This how some of these young guns are moved now. And then what a lot of these young men don't realize is that, and I don't work with women like in the same industry. I'm not gonna say like Draya Michele because I don't know her personally, but in that industry. And now some women in that industry, they come from poverty, and they become so, and they get money, they get access to money through men, and they taste that life. And once you taste steak, like once you have filet mignon, it's hard to go back to spam. Once you done had filet mignon, you may never want Vienna sausage again. And so a lot of these women, not saying Draya Michele, but a lot of these women, they will seduce. They will have every hair waxed off or lasered off. They will mix 2-3 perfumes. They will lather their whole body in oils and scents. They will laser their whole body. And they will be as submissive, as loving, as giving, as fun, as kind, as daring, as everything. Some of these women will take the little money that they have, and they won't ask the man for a dime. They will pay for themselves, and they will pay for him. They'll buy the man gifts, so it disarms him. He say, whoa, she spent 10K on me. That might be her credit card maxed. That might be her last dollar. But what she doing is disarming the man. And I'm not saying this is what Draya did to this young buck. But what I'm saying is this is how when this happens, this typically what's going on in these type of age gap relationships, where the man have a lot of money and he younger and he get a older woman, and much older woman who already have been with multiple men publicly and have a lot of rumors and speculation out there about her, and already has children. So none of that is adding up for a young man who have the world at his fingertips to go be with a woman with that type of resume and situation. None of it makes sense. So what it also appears sometimes with these situations, and not saying that this is the situation because I don't know the young man, but I think he the one who paint his nails. And then when you have nails painted, you got a certain texture of hair, you got a certain skin complexion, you will get boxed in. And people will start to call you certain things. Pretty, sweet, fruity, and some of that stuff will take hold on you. And you may start to become bi-curious. And so sometimes these much older women to these younger men who really have a bunch of options but choose this much older woman, sometimes that woman is the man's cover-up because she desperate, she need love, she needed to work out, she needs somebody to ride into the sunset with. So she's not gonna be too inquisitive, she's not gonna be overbearing, she's not gonna look too deep. But a woman who is the same age, 21, 19, 20, she got more upside, she got more time, she has more reason to be picky. So she may break into the iPad, break into the iCloud, break into the cell phone. So if it's any dildo action in the young man back door, that young lady gonna sniff it out and find it, and the man will be exposed for his shenanigans behind closed doors. Again, I'm not talking about they relationship, but I'm saying this type of relationship, this is oftentimes what's going on. So a lot of times somebody gets somebody who older and sleep, somebody who not paying attention, somebody who desperate and need something to work out for them. Now, the sad part about it is sometimes these women will do this to a man, the type of man that I call little ugly, meaning a guy that's been overlooked, mistreated, other than for his money, celebrity, fame, position, title, job, whatever. It's a lot of men that women see as unattractive, but because of their money or their status or position, the woman will give them the time of day. But I have seen women who are seen as drop dead gorgeous, who are highly, highly coveted, play on a man that they feel is ugly to get a baby, because she knows that now with that baby, she has a job. For the next 18 years, she will have 5 to 10,000 or more coming in every month. And if he won't pay it, she could go to the court and get at least something enforced by the court, and he has to pay the piper. If he don't want to pay up, he got to lose his license and go through all kind of stuff, arrest warrant. So a man with money typically is going to pay that money. And I have seen men with money, not necessarily younger all the time, get done like that. In a situation like this, though, it's different, and it's based on lust. It's based on lust. It's based on sexual desire. And this is how something like this could happen. And I'm going to tell you, now some women have a spirit on them. It may not be by choice. You don't have to be by choice. Some women have a spirit on them. Now, this particular young lady, Draya Michele, she have that spirit on her. It's a seductive spirit. Whether she want it or not, she have it on her. So what I mean by that, if a man shoot his shot at her and she give him the time of day, or if she shoot her shot at a man and she get in his vicinity, there is less than 1% of men who are heterosexual or bisexual that can pass that test. There's less than 1%. Meaning it don't matter who the man is. If the man is not aware of this, if he has not been given this wisdom from God, and even if he has been given this wisdom from God, he still can fall. And see, this what I'm aware of, and this why I do these videos, and this why I talk about it, because it also remind me that I'm not above the test, and I have to be aware. I gotta be prayed up. And that's the thing. A lot of these young men, they not prayed up. They not aware. So now you fall into this trap of where a man will cost himself his future, his life, his income, because he want to fulfill lust. And because he have to make it look real, he end up getting a woman pregnant, trying to make her think that he's not just dealing with her just for sex. He got to end, she called his bluff, and now he got to pay up. And so now for the next 18 to 22 years, he got to be sending her money, giving her money, or he got to stay with her. Will this type of relationship last? No. They won't last because the age gap is too great. It's too different. They're going to be too different, and he's too young. It is way, way, way too hard for a man who is of the world to be faithful to one woman from the age of 21 until death. So the only way it can work is if she's okay with him having other women without her, and possibly other men without her. Not necessarily talking about him, but just in general, about these type of age gap relationships. But most women will deal with it for a period of time, and then their stomach will be turned sour, and then they'll want something different. They'll want to outgrow that threesome stage, or they'll be okay with the threesomes, and they will expect just complete transparency and honesty, and the man will not do that because men are not built like that. Even when a woman say you can cheat or you can do threesomes or whatever, a man still will want to sneak around and do his own thing without having to feel like he has to get her approval. And when he does that, he will break her trust, he will lose her respect. But because she has a bag already coming to her name for that baby, if these type of age gap couples where the younger man has a bunch of money, if they have a baby together, she don't need a man. No woman needs a man. And if she requires certain type of trust and transparency and he forfeits that, he breaks that, she will be fine moving on with her life and having her children and getting her a stimulus check every month. Because that's what a lot of these women who are far older than a man and broker than a man, that's what a lot of them, of the women of the world, that's what a lot of them want. They just want financial security. They don't need a man. They could live by themselves. They could do bad by themselves. They could do better by themselves. But a lot of these women of the world want financial security, whether the man is way younger or whether the man is way older. A lot of women are only concerned, women of the world, with financial security. And they will have a baby for that financial security. Or they will open up and they will do things that is that man's wildest fantasy, his wildest dream. And then that becomes a form of blackmail on that man. Because some men are so freaky that they want them a whole 12-incher slap across their face and put places that they ain't supposed to be doing none of that. And now that woman own that man for life because she got his deepest, darkest, dirtiest secrets. And see, the reason how I know this is because I'm out here in the industry. I hear the stories. I know the stories. I've been out here working for over 15 years now. And a lot of men today, especially in the industry, meaning men with money in athletics, arts, music, whatever, a lot of men have to keep a woman on their payroll for the rest of that woman's life, trying to buy her silence. And that's what would have happened or could have happened with P. Diddy and Cassie. But you see, Cassie, she got in her another situation. She, and she decided, I'm finna liberate myself. I'm finna tell my story. But guess what? She still got paid out. So it still came out to where your secrets, your dirt cost you money. And that's what happened with a lot of these men. Now, some men get to the point that they don't care because it might have not been nothing funny, no funny business. It might have just been he was paying her for sex or something like that. And so if she tell that, people might be like, okay, it's all right, so what? He a rich man. That's what they do. But now if he went to letting that other hole get played with, now she got something on him now. Unless he coming to the point where he just ready to come on out that closet like the NBA player Dwight Howard. He get to the point to where he like, listen, he done had that booty hole played with. He said, okay, tired, my money done changed. I ain't getting that NBA money no more. The little gay man went and filed a suit on him. He probably could have hushed him up with a nice little 100K or something like that, but that didn't happen. So the man filed a suit. Do the man want money? I don't know. But sometimes these men will get to a place to where they say, you know what? I'm not finna let you blackmail me. I ain't finna let you bully me. I know you got that on me. I know it's gonna make me look crazy. I know it's gonna mess up my name, but go ahead. Cause I ain't finna give you no money. But that ain't the case for some men, especially like, these young men. But in this situation right here, I don't believe that. I believe he could truly like her and she could truly like him. And I believe his desire for sex and her desire for a financially set man is what allowed them to give each other the chance. And it could have not just been those things. It could have been like his lust and her. It could have been not just the money. It could have been flattery, that she could have looked at it like, whoa, a man 18 years younger than me think I'm hot, think I'm beautiful. Like, that could have been very flattering. Could have been something where like, wow, I still got it after having a child, after being, with different men publicly. This man who could have any woman in the world is wanting me. So if for her, it could have just genuinely been like, let me get this a shot because he coming at me. And then the money and all that is a benefit, is a plus. Because deep down, the young lady is in an industry to where nobody would judge her in her industry if she go do her OnlyFans and twerk in a thong every day and make $1 million a month. Like, nobody'll judge her. Like, we live in such a sadistic, twisted world that she could go make millions on her own. Now, if she got some level of decorum and class and she say, I don't want to make millions on OnlyFans, well, I don't know if she got one or not. She could have one. But if she said, I don't want to make money no other way, I want to be in this here relationship and he got money, so I'm going to be straight. We can't necessarily say that the money played a big enough part. But in most cases, in these type of situations, when it's an older, pretty woman and it's a younger, rich man, is his desire for sex and having a mommy figure, somebody to cook, clean, rub his scalp, nurture, baby, spoil, care for, having that mommy figure, but yet still be able to have good sex and lust after the person and all of that. But here's the thing, when a woman is that much older, when them next set of stretch marks hit, his stomach gonna turn. When she need a surgery, that stomach gonna turn. When stuff start to dip and drip and super sag, his stomach gonna turn because he too young. He too young, unless he truly got an Oedipus complex to where he just is a mommy lover. His stomach gonna turn and it's gonna be extremely hard to keep that relationship together because his sexual appetite is going to be so strong and it's gonna grow. So if he mess around and like if she get pregnant, if they have a baby, the times when her back hurting, her head hurting, her spine hurting, and all of that, her stomach hurting and she can't do nothing, and then when she drop that baby out and then can't do nothing for 6 weeks and then postpartum and all of that, a man that young is going to be like a chicken with his head cut off. He is going to lose it. And that's when the damage and the hurt comes in. And that's the downside of an older, more mature woman who expecting more from a man dealing with a very young man. Now, him hearing this video could prepare him and make him change his mindset and make him prove this right here wrong. And that'll be a good thing for the sake of their relationship. Also, her hearing this video may make her process and realize what she getting ready to go through and be more prepared for it and almost, expecting or talking about it so that they could try to avoid it. But that being left alone without this knowledge and understanding and expectation, then that's the type of stuff that you typically will go through with an age gap relationship that vast, and not gonna be a good thing. It's gonna be extremely hard. Like when you the same age or like close in age, like within 5 years, and you got a lot of the same thoughts, feelings, desires, hopes, dreams, fears, worries, whatever, it's still hard to make a relationship work. So when you literally, she old enough to be his mom, and I think they say her son age or something like that. when you're in a situation like that, it's gonna be almost impossible to make it work long term unless you just suck it up, shut up, and you just deal with a terrible relationship secretly and you suffer it in silence just to prove people wrong, just to prove everybody, the naysayers, wrong. But hey, this Tony guy, God bless you. My son texted me. He just went to practice. I need to check on him. I think my wife texted me too. God bless you. We'll talk soon.